Welcome to episode 8 of our Azamara Quest Australian adventure. In this episode we visit Bussleton and Albany, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas on the Azamara Quest. Before we headed off to Bussleton, our first stop was the Mosaic Cafe, where we enjoyed some pastries and some cappuccinos. Everything at the Mosaic Cafe is included in your cruise fare. While we were sat there, we noticed there was little bits of Christmas starting to pop up.
So we're off to
Buzzo, yeah. We've actually arrived in Bussleton,
As
in
you can
Australia.
probably tell, Carole's Australian accent hasn't got any better since we got here.
No. But we're just off to the tender, because it's obviously a tender port. So let's go, we'll show you what a tender's all about.
Let's go.
For those of you who don't know, a tender is used when the ship can't dock in port. Sometimes the actual port will provide the tender boats, and sometimes the ship uses its own lifeboats, and today we're in lifeboats. A tender ride when the weather is on your side can be great fun, and it also gives you unparalleled views of the ship. So come with us as we get the tender ride to the Bussleton jetty. The city of Bussleton can be found in the Margaret River region on the southwest tip of Australia. Bussleton Jetty dates back to the 19th century and at 1.8 kilometres long is the longest in the southern hemisphere. This is where we arrived to start exploring Bussleton.
Look at this, honey. We didn't bring our swimmers.
No, we didn't. Who's blooming stupid? We are.
Ah.
At the end of the pier we spotted a sign regarding sharks, making us glad we didn't bring our swimmers. But on a serious note, in 2019 Bussleton Jetty was chosen for the first installation of the Ocean Guardian electrical shark barrier. This is situated 1.7 kilometres out to sea and protects swimmers, snorkelers and scuba divers. As with any trip to the seaside, our first stop was the beach, and as you can see, it's pretty stunning.
Sam's hot.
Oh my god, it's cold!
That's seriously cold.
That's seriously cold. Oh wow, we thought the Indian Ocean would be nice and warm, but how wrong were we, Paulie? Find your face. Ooh.
Somebody said it comes off the glacier.
Oh, you can see why then.
It's beautifully clear. It's cold.
So Paul's first impressions of Bussleton are this.
If you can imagine like a really nice Western-super-Mare, there's like fairground attractions, there's donkey rides.
I haven't seen any donkeys.
No, there's no donkey rides. It's just actually just a lovely, pretty little sort of seaside little village, really. Beautiful white beach.
Yes.
Lots of cafes, and there's a playground, there's a little swimming pool. There's
Lots of
everything
flies.
you want. Lots of flies. And of course, if you had any intelligence whatsoever, when you come to somewhere like this, you'd bring a towel and you'd bring your swimming costume. We haven't done either of those.
But let's carry on into the city centre, Paul, because this is the jetty, Bussleton Jetty, where we've just got off. Our ship's just sat out here, so we're going to go and have a look along all there. Paul's quite rightly pointed out that we've walked up from the beach, and the roads and the paths, it feels like you're in a bit of a theme park, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just everything is just so immaculately laid out.
Yeah.
After exploring a very hot and a very immaculate Bussleton city, and meeting one of the original settlers in the city, John Garrett Bussell, we headed off in search of something to eat. I had to rub my eyes because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. A fish and chip shop. Yes, please.
So we've stopped for some fish and chips. Well, I'm going to have battered sausage, chips and gravy. But look, I've never seen this. Look, there's plain salt and chicken salt. What's that, Paulie?
I don't know, but the lovely lady who served us, when Carole ordered her sausage, gravy and chips, she said that's the most English thing I've ever heard in my life.
Right then, so it's arrived. Look at this. Paul is very happy.
Those chips are awesome.
Yeah, and my look, battered sausage. Gravy must be in here, I guess. Good start. How much was it then, Paulie?
$30.
$30. So what's that in English? So we've now worked it out. Paulie, how much is it?
That was.
This. It's got spray vinegar. Oh, that's new.
£17.40.
£17.40, including a drink. So it's not bad, is it? Actually, for a fish and chip dinner and a look at that sausage. Ooh! Aren't you trying your chicken salt? No.
Right then, Carole's very excited.
I am. Look at those
The
chips.
chips are honestly some of the best chips I've ever had in my life. So crunchy and soft and
They are amazing. Absolutely awesome. Look, I've got a thick gravy. Look at that. So good. Can't wait to get my mouth through my sausage.
So, it's official, I'm moving to Bussleton. So what's it like having a big Australian sausage in your mouth?
I do know me. Oh, love. So the sausage has beaten me. It was absolutely delicious, and this gravy is to die for, isn't it, Paulie? And Paulie's fish, which was a hockey, which is from New Zealand, was really good, wasn't it? So Paul's going to finish mine off now, I think.
Chips are amazing.
Yeah.
Sausage is lovely, fish is lovely.
So if you're coming to Bussleton, make sure you come to Cod Rocks, because it's very good. Definitely recommend.
I'd say it rocks.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
I want to look at that van. That van. The orange van over there. I want to look at it.
Oh dear. Anyway, let's see a little bit more of Bussleton. Oh, but as you can see, it looks like Disney World, doesn't it?
That's pretty. Yeah, it's like you're inside some sort of theme park. I likened it earlier to the Truman Show, where it's lovely. I mean, everything, you know, it's all nice and clean, and everything's nicely manicured. But yeah, I've never been anywhere quite like it, really.
Ooh. Maybe this is what Australia's like all through Bar Perth.
I don't think it is.
Well, we'll let you know. Refreshments at the Jetty Bar then, Paulie, wasn't
it?
Yes,
I had my first ever pint of Swan Gold. It was very nice too.
Yes, the Jetty Bar, which is Equinox, which is, as you can see there's the jetty to get back to the cruise ship, so not far at all.
Well, you can see the cruise ship straight away.
Sadly, our time in Bussleton was over far too quickly, and we headed back to the pier, ready to get the last tender boat. There was, however, just enough time to pop into a very well-stocked Bussleton Pier souvenir shop. If you've forgotten any last-minute gifts, this is definitely the place to go. And I had my eye on a little something for myself. You can now call me Crocodile Morgan.
It was a good day, wasn't it, Paulie? Yeah. Thank you, Bussleton. This is the importance. Always bring a water bottle with you. Or Paul's dripping and dribbling.
Water never tasted so good. Saying there enough for Carole, really.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
As we sailed away from Bussleton, the captain announced that we were in for quite a bumpy ride. So we grabbed some snacks, popped a few seasickness tablets, and headed back to the cabin for a snuggly movie night. You can't beat a bit of Love Actually, especially at Christmas.
Right then, morning, and what a joyous morning it is. Now the sea's a bit flatter, isn't it, Paulie?
Yes, indeed.
So we've got breakfast in bed, which you can see here. If Paulie opens his little top.
Well, I don't want to be accused of stating the obvious, but obviously we haven't got breakfast in bed, have we?
Oh no, breakfast on the balcony. But you know what I mean.
Just got some eggs today.
Eggs, toast. And I always ask for Marmite. So we're going to sit here and enjoy our breakfast, and then it's time for Albany.
Right then.
So let's talk to you about Albany and about a very special lady called Sally Haslam, who is one of our patrons, who's been supporting our channel for a very long time, and we got the chance to meet her today, didn't we?
We did indeed.
After chatting a lot online, and just lovely. So if you're watching, Sally, thank you so much. We've had the best day, haven't we? Seeing the beautiful part of Australia. Albany's just like, wow,
it's beautiful. I mean, the day didn't start so well for Sally because she nearly got arrested trying to get into the port because she tried driving through security.
Yes.
So we nearly didn't see her. So,
But Sally was showing around Albany, a home where she was visiting, luckily the same time as us, where she used to spend her childhood with her friend Simon, who came and took us out as well. No pictures of Sally because she's very camera shy, but she treated us to taking us to, first we went to the Gap, wasn't it?
Now, when she said, I'm going to take you to the Gap, I must admit, I was very disappointed because I thought the Gap was an American clothes shop. But luckily it wasn't.
No.
It's an amazing... it's not... Well, there's a man-made platform there. But you go to see this fantastic rock formation, and the reason it's called the Gap is because the ocean has eroded away this area, creating this... gap, you'll be surprised to hear, where when the water catches the rock face, it just makes this massive boom. Noise, and it's a little bit scary.
Yeah, but I got to the edge, but I had to walk back.
But yeah, for the scenery there was absolutely spectacular.
It was a very calm day. Sally said that we were lucked out with the weather big time because it was very calm. Often it's so windy there. It's a very, very dangerous spot. And we'll show you a little bit about here as well, and we'll show you how stupid some tourists are.
Yes.
So the first place that we've come to in Albany with Sally is called the Gap. And look at the views. Can you hear that behind us with the waves? Apparently sometimes the waves will go right over and reach as far as the car park. So
maybe I should have put some sort of hat on.
Yeah. It's just a man climbing off. Safety first and all. So it says stay on the path. So here's one sensible gentleman. Always one, isn't there?
Yeah.
What a donut. I'm not watching in case he falls in.
Well, it'd make a good video. Make a good video if he falls to his death, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh my God! Look.
On YouTube.
Oh my God. Anyway, so this is the Gap. Sally's very camera shy. She doesn't want to be on camera, and we've got obviously someone shouting behind us because they think he's a bit of a dick too. Just to get that shot, isn't it? Madness. Oh wow! Ooh! Oh, I think you might have to hold this poorly. Oh no, I don't like it. Vibrating, isn't it? Oh! So next up was a drive down to Middleton Beach, which is quite a spectacular white beach. It's like walking on, well, it's like marshmallows, isn't it? The sand is so fine, it's so soft. It's just beautiful. Can't get over how...
I would say it's more like talcum powder, because if you were walking on marshmallows, they'd be all sticky and stuck to your feet, and it wouldn't be very nice at all.
Yes, but on our way there, that's true. On our way there, we stopped at Emu's Point and had some lunch, and we had some fish and chips, which were delicious, weren't they?
For 2 days running,
I
fish
know.
and chips. I'm starting to love this cruise.
Yes.
Fish and chips every day.
So, and that was beautiful. A beautiful beach there. So many families out having a good time there. It's lovely to see. And then we headed to Middleton Beach, which is just stunning.
Yeah.
And then Sally, it was time for us to head back towards the ship, where Sally dropped us off in Albany, just up by the main road there. And it's quite an oldie worldy town, isn't it?
As you look at some of it, and when Sally dropped us off on one of the side streets off the high street, and there were some of the buildings, and it was very much, not that we've ever been, but it is on our to-do list. It was almost like some of the old houses in New Orleans.
Yeah, it looks a bit,
yeah. So that, I don't know what style of architecture you would call that, but absolutely. I mean, we were out for 3 or 4 hours, and it was just gone in the blink of an eye. It was fascinating.
And then we had to walk back to the ship.
We did.
So, which was great. So yeah. So thanks again, Sally, for taking us out. That was just absolutely fabulous. Loved it, and loved Albany. In fact, when we were on Middleton Beach, we both literally went, "We could live here." Yeah. It was.
As Sally said, we learn these new phrases all the time, and Carole said, "I could live here," and Sally said, "In a breath." Yes. So
thank you, Sally, and thank you, Albany. It's somewhere that I'd definitely like to return to.
Back on the ship, we headed to the Sunset Bar, where we enjoyed some food from the Mediterranean buffet. It always amazes us how quiet this area is, especially given that the sunsets in Western Australia are some of the best we've ever seen.
So as we said, we're sat in the lovely Sunset Bar. What bonus is, now it's getting a bit, the wind's a bit fresh in it, Paulie Morgan. But the beauty is that you've got these heaters, can you see up here, like we get in the UK at the pubs. So we're all lovely and toasty, and we've just had the most magnificent sunset, haven't we, Paulie?
Well, it's still not too bad now if you want to give them a little.
Yeah, it's just going down now.
Got a lovely old sky.
So one of our favourite parts on the ship, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Next stop was the Den, where some of our favourite bar staff, Daniel, Mark and Ruby, were revealing their homemade Christmas tree. Just to explain, each department on the ship have to make a Christmas tree, and they're only allowed to use things that they find in their own department. And as you can see, there's plenty of beer cans which I probably had a hand in drinking.
Love is all that I can give to you.
After busting out a few tunes with Jose on the keys, we finished the night off in the living room, where Scott was playing some great party tunes. Join us in the next episode, where it's Christmas Eve and we get to visit one of the most stunning places we have ever seen.